All right. There we go. Cool. Hello, everybody. I'm a little late today, but that's all right. There we go. Let me fix my hair real fast. I'm a little sick right now, so I'm a little behind of where I wanted to be. I wanted to have this cut out already, you know. That's kind of the new goal, was trying to get this stuff cut out before I even start, but not happening today. There you go. You can watch me cut it out today. See, my hair is a mess too. That's all right. I had a lot of anxiety the other day and started cutting it, and it does not look good. Don't cut your hair when you're stressed. Okay. I hate when it moves. I quit moving you. All right. Put my little broken cell phone up there, and then we'll put this little guy there. We'll put this little guy here. All right. So today what we're going to be doing, today what we're going to be doing is the shield design version. I wanted to have it fully cut out already and kind of I was going to completely sew it and have a sample ready. That was my plan on Tuesday and Thursday. Actually, I was going to do a double stream of this week, but and then, I ended up getting a flu, and sometimes it ain't in the cards, right? But I did get this piece. Wrong piece. I did get this piece done. So, you got this shield, which is what we talked about last time, having it come down to the shoulders like that and then come straight down. So you get this kind of almost like an old superhero or something, right? All right, let's cut this out. And I used a really cool fabric for it. This one is just going to be a black fabric. And then the other one, the chest piece, is actually a rainbow. This fabric, I'm pretty sure I got from my work. I was just looking at it, and I was like, I think I got this from work. So I can't think of any better use for it than using it in a project like this. A little sample that will, never get sold or anything. So, what better use, right? All right. So, now we have our big front and back. And so we're going to get these two sewn together, the getting all these sides and everything sewn together. Actually, I had it backwards. How's you guys' trip going? I hope your trip's going well. See, I'm still working hard, even though you're on vacation, huh? I know a lot of people are on spring break this week too, so I'm sure it's going to be a busy place. Pinned. All right. And yeah, so as I was saying, this retired, yeah, exactly. This is the fabric. Isn't that cute? And what's cool is it kind of looks like a heart, doesn't it? Which I thought was, kind of an interesting design. It's like a heart shield. So let's go on a little trip, huh? You know, always got to have that sweet tea. All right. I say, don't unplug the wrong one. One time I almost unplugged the actual camera and not just the battery holder. All right. We'll actually go there. All right. Set all this up. There we go. All right. So let's get all our pieces here sewn together. Ooh, also, cool thing is I did one side in vertical and one side in horizontal. And then if we end up liking this design, I was thinking of splitting it in half and then actually having it go diagonal. So it would basically, both the pieces will come here. And you end up with like, you know, like a V like going down, right? Otherwise, it might look cool to be like this, or it might look cool to be like that, right? It's like, you know, today we'll find that out, right? That's kind of the fun thing about sample making, is that you can make that sample however you want. So we'll throw a pin or two in here. It always helps. Especially if we're getting that little V correct. Which is probably the easiest way to do a V-neck, is to do a double facing like this. It's definitely the easiest way. Points correct. There we go. I've always loved this fabric, but I've never quite used it much. So we'll see. Yeah, it's very thin, is why I never used it, right? But all right, front done. Let's get the back done. And being as I was rushing to cut all this stuff like 10 minutes ago, it's not exactly perfectly lined up like it should be. But, you know, real production versions, I'll be taking my time and doing it right, you know. Right now it's about, you know, getting these ideas out of my head and into real life so that other people can get them into their head. And eventually onto their butts. Where did I put that? Oh, there. So I was like, yeah, I just put it somewhere. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know, I figured it was, you know, one of those things is, you know, I could make 5 of them a slightly different way every time, right? Or I could make, you know, 2 of them, but make them each 4 different ways, right? Or 2 different ways, and cuts my cost in half, right? Actually, I just did that at work today. We're having a sleeve issue. Some people are claiming, you know, that we're not doing our sleeves correctly. So they have me putting them together. Okay. And I put one way and then put another one another way just to kind of see what would happen. But now I got to do it again for like 4 other sizes to make sure, because we just ended up giving out like $1,000 in refunds, and so he is not happy. He's not a happy little camper. You know, for some reason, I never have any problems when I'm on a sewing machine, right? It's like I have all that kind of stress, and then it all goes away the second that I start looking down and focusing on sewing a straight line. You know? It's always the best part about sewing. It's like a kind of a zen thing in that way. Alrighty. We got us a shirt. I dropped a pin on the ground. I dropped 2 pins on the ground. See, that's why I wear shoes. Always gotta wear shoes. Alright, so now let's go iron things. Yeah, it is. It always the best because you can focus on something I want to focus on. Next week, the goal is to have the big guy out, but for now, we're still going to be using the little guy. But next week, the main goal is I really want that big guy. Give him a big one. Also, check my Instagram in a couple of days or so. I'm going to be selling like a large amount of my collection because I got to buy a bunch of dress forms and that kind of stuff. And so it's just like I need so many supplies, right? So it's like I'm going to get me some supplies by getting rid of a bunch of stuff. That side was not as tight as this side, huh? Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to be selling a whole bunch of stuff, trying to get rid of anything that I can so that I can buy a bunch of dress forms. Oh, hi, Lo. How you doing? How you doing this week? How you doing this week? Yeah, go. Yeah, that's fine. See, that's the shield. We'll do the shield now. And then I made the front and back different. Isn't that fun? And in future versions, I'll probably have the back of it be like normal. You know what I mean? The back of it will probably be like the normal curve. But I kind of was just like, yeah, I'll just cut both of them this way. That way I could check to see if I like vertical or horizontal. And then, the finished version, I probably will not have it shield front and back because, it's going to be low in my back for sure. You know what I mean? I think it's a 6-inch cut. So, that's going to be an open back practically, right? Oh, wait, did I cut this? I was like, why is this not laying right? It's like, oh, I didn't cut it. That's why. A couple years ago, if I was doing this, I would have been very, very nervous. But it's like, no. The older I get, I guess the less nervous I get, I actually wanted to start this YouTube journey in my 20s, but I was kind of just too nervous to do it. Living in a country that still really isn't determined whether gay people are cool or not is not great, and obviously the internet's not exactly the best place, Well, remember, everything is reversed on the camera. This is my left hand. But yeah, I am a lefty in the sense of like, every my fine motor skills, like just holding something down, that's nothing. But oh yeah, I am a lefty. In more ways than one. All right. So that's vertical. So we'll go ahead and encase those seams just like we did last time, where you line both of them up. Line both of them up, and then just take the back, one piece of the back, and fold it around. So you end up with like a sandwich, with the meat being both of the front parts. And then line all that up, and there you go. I'm going to go sew this real quick. So we'll just do that for you. Alrighty. Those little seams are quick, right? You don't gotta do too much for it. And you always want to make sure you get that nice and clean. A little bit of pressing and then pushing that corner in is so helpful. And I really have gotten good at that. You should have seen the ones I used to do a couple years ago. Holy mess, they were bad. They used to have to like come to me and be like, Chris, this is not good enough. Like, you need to fix this. Well, okay, my bad, boss. Like, no problem. Now not so much. Right? So as you can see, you got the shield going, which in the back you got the other shield. So we'll see which one's better in the end, right? Ooh, actually, I did want to clip this one guy. I decided this time I wasn't going to round my corners, but instead clip them. And that way we'll see the difference. See how that works. You know, I might in the end get like a wider angle camera, right? Something, you know, we'll figure it out. Every week trying to do a little different every week, right? This week is just working through a cold, so you know, not much improvement this week, but yeah, some weeks you're just kind of doing what you can. All right. Honestly, it might be easier the other way. Alrighty. This one I definitely need pins for. Alright. The shield's definitely way more complicated. Well, thank you. Yeah. It was a rough one. Mostly, partly because I went through like half a box of tissues, right? Like that's half the problem right there, right? It's like just going through so many tissues. It's like, ugh, that just drives you crazy. And obviously drives all my coworkers crazy too, because they hear me 3 tissues deep and they're like, man, I gotta work next to this guy. Like, ugh, I'm about to get sick from him. But then half the building is sick. So it's like, it's one of those things is as soon as any of us get sick, all of us get sick. You could hear everyone in the building coughing. That's going to be one of the best parts about not having that job next year is once one guy gets sick, everyone got sick in that building. It's like I could finally get back to a little more of a healthy lifestyle that I had. All right, this one's going to take a minute, so we're going on a trip. Yeah, that is how it goes, right? Small company, only like 7 people, something like that, right? So it's like once one guy gets sick, man, everyone's done for. Well, it's all right. I got a nice boss. I mean, I was just out for 3 days in a row, and he wasn't like, "Oh, get back to work." He's just like, "Yeah, man, be well." So that was the nicest thing about that guy, is that he's not in it to just make your day worse. He's in it to get his products done and things like that. Also thinking, I'm glad my boss is understanding. What is the green polka dot box? Oh, scrap. It's just scrap. Yeah, see, when I cut some stuff earlier, it's scrap. I put it together because what it is I'm putting the pieces together, and you end up with this. See, this is all Christmas pieces. See, look at the back. See, it's all seamed together. And so you end up with this, and then you can make shirts out of it. I can make, really truly unique stuff, right? Something that, not everyone else is going to have, because it's literally one of one. I mean, it took me, a month to make that. So it's like, you're not getting it for cheap. And B, it's like, not only you're not getting it for cheap, but it's like, ain't no one else going to have it. So that's the point of it, is to keep this kind of stuff, put it in that back box, and then when I want to sit down, I can sit down and knock a couple pieces of those out, and then boom, I can eventually, hopefully the goal then is to be able to sell that as a mask or as a shield piece like this, right? Like, be like, hey, one of one front shield piece, and then your t-shirt or whatever else you want. And that's the idea, right? It's all about trying to come up with an original idea, what they call the point of difference. It's a business terminology, meaning what separates you from the other guy, right? Like Coke and Pepsi are both sodas, but one claims to have more sugar than the other, whereas the other one claims, oh, we're not as much sugar, but we have a better taste, right? Or a better aftertaste or something, right? Some kind of difference between you and the other guy. So, my point of difference is, hey, I'm giving you something that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else in the world, because I built it here in this house, or hopefully later in other places. But for now, just in this house, and make something, truly unique. Which hopefully is also worth a lot of money. You got to have those $1 million ideas, right? So that's kind of mine, is that, take this, what they would call the cottage industries, which was, people doing stuff at their house, what people would see as Etsy accounts nowadays. But, back in the day, they called cottage industries because, they were made in colleges, right? Everyone, back in the 1800s had their own little sewing machine, and their mother or grandmother or someone would make all their clothes for them. And so, it's taking that idea. There was a very famous, woman by the name of Marilyn Monroe, right? And one time someone said that she's fat, and oh, you don't look pretty. Why do people hire you for movies and for modeling? You're a size 10. You're way too big. And she literally got a potato sack and put it on as a dress. And back in the day, there was a company, the potato companies, that would sell potatoes to people. They would literally make decorative patterns on their potato sacks, so that really poor people could literally buy potatoes that they need to live, and then boom, have an actual dress out of it that they could wear and use as a skirt or use it ever, and they would have flowers built in. And so she wore that on a very famous magazine. And so that was kind of where the idea comes from, is like honoring that idea of like beauty is not what is popular, but is what is well made and hard work. I was always raised that it's not necessarily the brightest brand or the guy who's the loudest that's the best. It's the one that's caring for others the most, and using his time wisely and using my resources wisely. And so that's really where that comes from, is I don't want to throw stuff away, because I could use it and I could make money and make something truly unique that not everyone else is going to have or want. Because some people won't want it, right? They'd rather have that Gucci purse than have a homemade one. But hopefully I find my customer base and the people that appreciate that sack dress, right? That appreciate the hard-working nature of someone doing this, not in a factory, but thinking about and taking the time to do it. Hey, and just like that, we got us. I was gonna say, I know it somewhere. But just like that, you got yourself a shirt. Let's go look at it. Move my box over there again. But yeah, see, this is one that I was just working on. So I'm going to make like a square. See? And then just keep putting pieces around it. And see, what I do is I'll then cut this excess off and then, make it to it's a perfect square. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. The eco-friendly market is a big one, and the recyclable and reusing markets are really big. But, there's not necessarily someone that's like the head of it, or someone that's, really innovating in that space. They're kind of just doing whatever, they can get by with. And so it's like, I'm trying to a little bit innovate there and, try to show people what the next step is. Because, all our resources are running out. They say, we'll be out of trees that can be made into houses within the next 50 years. We'll be out of glass for windows within the next 50 years. We'll be no more glass windows. They'll be all gone. And there's so many things like that will be gone within the next couple years. Or how many more pandemics are we going to have? A bunch. This ain't the only COVID. COVID ain't going away, and every single one of this kind of stuff is just going to keep happening. So, that's what the whole brand is about, is moving past the old world into the new world. Always clip your corners. It gives you a little bit better look. All righty. Can I get a little preview there? Looking pretty good. Oh yeah, seriously. No, like look it up in like National Geographic and stuff. We're out of wood. We're out of so many things. Because you gotta understand, it's not any tree that can be made into like lumber like that. Only like 5 trees are good enough. The rest of them, it doesn't matter. They can be bamboo or something else, but it's like, it's not pine. It's not, 100-year-old pine tree. Because it's like, you don't make a beam in $1 million house that's, this thick and 40 feet long, unless it's a 40 feet long tree. And you have to have that tree. And you cut them all down. And you don't got that tree no more. You only got one of them, right? Or the forest may have 1,000, but if you have 2,000 houses, well, you ain't got the house. You ain't got the stuff for it. It's a real problem. Well, let me change my shirt real fast. Oh, thanks. Ooh. Ooh, I like this one. Uh-oh, guys, I like this one. Oh, snap. You know, actually, I don't hate that either. I actually don't. I mean, it's kind of deep, but it's like, actually don't hate like the having that in the back. I really don't hate that. I'm gonna get you a little closer. All right. And then remember, this could be anything. I could cut it here. I could cut it, up to here and have it meeting this spot, and then have another one go straight. So you could have 4 or 5 pieces here too. Yeah, the 2 colors is, obviously this is option 1. And then you send me shirts, or you pick out shirts out of my shirt library of like available stuff to cut up, or I go to a thrift store that day and pick out 4 or 5 shirts. Then we could play around, right? I mean, future live streams like 2-3 years from now, that's what I'll be doing. I'll have a pattern like this, and then be cutting stuff up and sewing it together, and live selling it and live trying to make it and sell it, right? But first year is all about just making that pattern. Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like take it and do it this way, and that way I could do it like a button down. But button downs, the problem with button downs is that they require machines that I don't have. Is the problem. So if I go to Fabric, which I'm trying to do in the next couple of months, and like take some patterns like this to them, and hopefully they can do button downs for me. I'm also going to change real fast into the horizontal one. Give me 1 second. I kind of like the vertical better. What do you think? You guys I think I like the vertical one better. Vertical, I was thinking too. I think the vertical looks better. It's like weirdly bunching right here for some reason. I'm not really quite sure. Oh, you know what it is? It's the sleeves. Is the sleeves. Yeah. As long as no alcohol is involved, it will be confusing. What? Well, I don't even know what that means. You got me on that one. As long as no alcohol is involved, it will be confusing. You mean as long as alcohol is involved? You know I don't drink. Yeah, so what you're seeing is, because I didn't round this at all, it's like, it is weird. So, I mean, it will be more like that. The final version. Yeah. I like it this way better. I think that's definitely the better way of doing it. I like that. That's cool. My camera's not high quality enough. It's like on a Monroe effect, right? But yeah, I like that. I think it's good. And actually, kind of doing this one sideways in the back is not bad. I kind of like it that way too. You know, it's not too bad. But yeah, looks pretty good, right? This is designed too. I like it. It's like technically, roughly like halfway. All right, but the black is nice too. It is not bad. Now I see why these girls buy these dresses from us. This is comfy. This is a comfy little thing. Granted, mine's not billowing. Theirs goes all the way out, right? Very cute. Okay, so as with all the live streams, I like to end it by opening up stuff and unboxing stuff. That way you guys can get a little bit more of a personal feel of how my life works. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Oh, it's a polyester. This is like a thin poly cotton is what this is. Really thin poly cotton. And this is 100% polyester. This stuff, it's I got it from my work. They were giving it away because it's just an extra yardage and they didn't need it. And so I used it. All right, ready? Bloop. Ooh, snap. See, cold. Still there. Oh, snap. I didn't know he was fuzzy. He fuzzy. I don't know if that shows well, but it's actually what they call flocked. And it's 3D too. He got a little 3D to it. And then he has, the stuff in him. Oh, this is one I really wanted, though. I'm a big fan of Prime. Prime is the artist that made this. And, oh, man, it's really good. Oh, that one's in the collection permanently. That one's really good. That was a 1 out of 16. So there should be one in the box in every box. I don't know if they're all flocked, though. Here, the... What that is? I wonder if they're all flocked. We'll find out eventually. All right, let's see what the other one is. All right, one of these guys again. This one's cool. This is like the kind of the standard, one of the standards. I think there's like 4 or 5 in the box of these ones. Yeah, two in every box of these guys, which I think I have one already, right? Yeah, I have the other guy already. He's up there. Up there already. But yeah, isn't that cool? Well, this is the one. That's a big win. Oh, that one's sweet. I didn't know they put flocked ones into this collection. I probably would have got another box. Those things are cool. These things are flying off the shelves. Like, there was like 3 or 4 people on Instagram that were all selling them, and like half of them are already out. And so that one's kind of like it spilled over, right? And then this one, it's a little monkey. Oh, he's so cute. And he's flocked. So he's soft. He's soft to the touch. It's like he's fuzzy. Like a nap on a velvet or something. Like, it really much what it feels like a crushed velvet or something. But it's flocked. Isn't that cool? Cool. Well. Here, let's see if I can get... There we go. All right, cool. That's for thumbnails. I got to start trying to do more thumbnails. All right, well, y'all. You two have fun on your vacation. Is it called vacation anymore if you're retired? If you're retired, isn't it just a trip? I don't know. That's semantics, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for the Canobot. Oh, that's so cool. This is my shirt. I hope you like it. This is the Shield style, which I think I'll definitely put this one in production. I do like it. I will fix the arms up a little bit. It's just a trip. It's just a trip. Yeah, I mean, if you're retired, I think it's just a trip at that point. If you have an RV, now it's a lifestyle, right? Now you could say it's not a trip; it's a lifestyle. Every day, exactly. Every day is vacation. I was about to say, I forgot. You're also retired. Thank you. All from my little mind. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Your boys got some ideas up in here. Oh God, I gotta get a haircut this week. Bad. Like COVID hit me hard. Had full mental breakdown in 2020, and it shows. But yeah, so love you guys. See y'all on Tuesday. Hopefully my voice will be a little better. I won't be coughing. I'm like on a lot of what do they call? However Tylenol is. I was gonna say antiperspirant, but that's deodorant. Whatever they're properly called. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you to Canabots and to my cool new design. Bye, y'all. See y'all on Tuesday. Bye. Have fun, everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye.